So, welcome to Monte Mayor. Today's something a little bit different. It's not about property necessarily. This is all about community meetings. Don't fall asleep. The reason we're here today, we actually have an EGM, which is Extraordinary General Meeting, to discuss the thorny issue of short-term rentals. Each community is going to have to go through this pain. And what we're going to be doing is just giving you a snapshot of what happens in these meetings. We're not going to be obviously giving you all the private stuff, but we're going to be going through the format, what needs to be decided, what needs to be discussed, how things are voted on, and basically this is the before. Wait until the after, see what the vote was. So we're here at the sales office of Monte Mayor, and this is the office that we've commandeered as the main real estate company here. And because this is an EGM, we've decided not to hire a hotel, which we would normally do when we have 200, 300 owners. Then normally speaking, we need a hotel facility. This one, we don't think there's going to be many people turning up. Not many people bother with an EGM. So we're doing it in the actual sales office itself. So as we walk in, you'll see Rosie behind the bar. We also have the committee here, Monte Mayor. So we're going to be here, at least the committee will be here. And we also have the administrator of the community as well. So these are the main people that we need to hold the EGM. We also have a couple of people who've just arrived, a couple of residents, and hopefully, we've got 10 minutes to go, we'll get a few more. But at the moment, it's looking like a very light attendance. We do have some proxy votes as well, I understand. So once we've done all the numbers, we'll be able to see how many people are represented, whether that's sufficient to get anything done, and what can be done. So the only item on the agenda of today's EGM is tourist rentals. Now, the reason we're having an EGM is that now a community of owners has to give express consent to anybody who wants to rent their property on a short-term basis. And what you need to be able to have express consent is you need 60%, at least 60% of the owners and of the properties to say, yes, we allow it. Now, we know that we're not going to get that today because we don't even have, I think we have about 2 owners present. So there isn't the volume here to enable that vote to be successfully passed. But that's not the end of the line, because there is a plan B later. So it's 10 to 10. First call is at 10 o'clock, and then second call at 10:30. So if we haven't got sufficient numbers at 10, we can wait until 10:30 for the meeting to start. So it can be a little bit of a slow process, but I think it might be a slow process to get it going, but I think the meeting itself will be very quick. So in Monte Mayor, we have about 300 owners. That comprises about 130, 100 or so owners of villas. We also have owners of villas under construction, about 37. And then we also have the rest of the owners who are plot owners. And they're all entitled to come and they're all entitled to have a vote. But as you can see, we're not inundated. And everybody has been informed about this EGM. So either people aren't that bothered or, I don't know, we'll find out, won't we? Somebody else has just walked in. That's a good sign. So we're just about to start the EGM, and I've just been given a very special little gift. No, I'm not at an auction, although it might be similar. So when a motion is put forward and they ask if you're in favour or against, those in favour, you raise this, and then the administrator of the community makes a note that number 29 has voted in favour. So it's all done very, very fairly, but this is what this is for. It's, it's like bingo, isn't it? Yay, full house. So here at the EGM, as I say, we're almost there now. We have our lawyer, community lawyer in attendance. We also have the administrator. Now, the administrator is very important because, well, the lawyer is very important as well, but the administrator especially so because they control the meeting. They have a list of all the owners, who's voted for what and who hasn't voted for what. And they will guide us as a committee and as a community through the meeting. They're the experts, them and the lawyer. They know what they're doing. We're just amateurs. We don't get paid to be on a committee of owners, and we certainly don't get paid to be on a community of owners. So they help us, they guide us through that legal process during each meeting. Okay, so that was interesting. We've just finished the EGM, which took about just under an hour. So this was the extraordinary general meeting at Monte Mayor to determine whether holiday rentals were going to be allowed. It's a complex web, this. There's other videos that we've done about this topic that you can have a look at. But basically what you need now, since the new laws were introduced, is you need at least 60% of the owners voting in favour of the motion of allowing holiday rentals. So what happened today was we had about, I think, 40 people or 40% of people represented in the community, which was far more than I thought we'd get, actually. And we just had the debate, which was very interesting. A lot of people saying that we should protect the integrity of the resort by not allowing holiday rentals. It's not the sort of people that buy up here. And then other people who say, well, we're not talking about many people who do buy for that reason, and you've got to be fair to them. Everyone buys houses for different reasons. So we ended up having a very fair, diplomatic debate. I thought it was done very, very nicely and very well. And I thought the vote would be kind of, I don't know, maybe 70 or 80% in favour of it and the rest no. It ended up pretty much unanimous that people were happy with it, that people would allow holiday rentals. So you'd think that would be the problem solved and we just all move on. No. Because we only had 40% of the owners represented, doesn't matter what the result was really, we can't go forward with the approval of holiday rentals because we don't have that magic 60% number in favour. So what we have to do now is we have to send the minutes of this meeting, this EGM, to all of the community again and say to them, look, we're nearly there, but we need to know what your vote is. And this is when, if people still have a degree of apathy and don't vote, then that is then counted as a yes vote. So that's how it's going to get carried. But it's a little bit of a convoluted. They have a month to send it out and to get the result back. And at that point, we then notify the land registry that Monte Mayor's rules are that you can rent. We've actually put some controls in, like rentals of seven nights minimum, things like that. We don't expect to be overrun with holiday rentals. Otherwise, that would interrupt the sort of fabric of the community. But it's just for those maybe 4 or 5 owners who want to do it. We wanted to allow them the opportunity of doing so, but with a few more controls in place. Because it's emerged in the meeting that any problems, whether it's burglaries or disturbance or parties, it always comes from those properties that are rented out short term. So that is a given. So anyway, really interesting debate. A lot was discussed, a lot was sorted, but not the actual purpose of why we're here. That will come probably in a month's time.